A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And this here is our story of how we've joined other people into the property ladder in the UK by purchasing our first property. Guys, I don't have much to say, but I'm gonna tell you to stay till the very end of the video if you want to get this inspiration, if you want to learn more and know how we got to this position. Well, we are first-time buyers and I can't be more proud of what we've done, me and my husband. We bought our first house in less than 3 years of our stay in the UK. And guys, this was just before we started thinking about renewing our visas. I was the first to arrive in the UK and my family followed in 6 months' time. There was no single day in my life that I ever thought I would purchase or own a property in the UK, guys. Well, when this happened, this was a dream come true to us. I thank God so much for giving us the opportunity to be among the people who are now on the property ladder. We've worked so hard to achieve this. Well, like you've noted, I started the video with a couple of show homes that we visited. This all started like a joke, really. One time my husband was driving to work and he drove past these new built properties and he came back home and told me, "Oh babe, I've seen some very nice houses along the way to my workplace and I don't know if you have your free time someday, we just go check them out." And I was like, okay, well, that's gonna be a free ride, so that's okay. So the more we visited these show homes, the more we had the urge and pressure to buying a property. Just like every other person who's planning to buy a house for the first time in the UK, we had so many stories of purchasing an old property to a new property. However, after visiting all these show homes, guys, it was so easy to convince us to buying a new build property. After several visits and consultations with different developers, we finally settled for this house that I'm currently showing you. So when we chose this plot, it was next to getting finished and there was not so much that we could change in the house. So as you've seen again, we visited this house so many times. We came when the floor was not done, then we returned when they did our floors. We managed to choose the flooring. However, my kitchen was still not complete. As you can see around, there's still the box of fridge standing that needed to be fitted into its place. And my garden was in a very bad shape. The garden was not part of the developer's responsibility and we knew all this information even before we settled for this house. However, there was so much in this house that we loved as a couple and we had to overlook the garden and we were just ready to make it. Well, by this time we'd finished our mortgage process and we were waiting for the D-Day. So we came back to the house to inspect our floors as we'd asked our developers to do our flooring before we move into our house officially. So we went to each room just to see the kind of work they did. My husband on that day became the chief inspector. However, everything was spot on. I loved the quality of carpets we chose. It was so soft and fluffy and I just couldn't wait, guys, to move into my house. So upstairs carries the bedrooms, guys. We've got 2 double bedrooms, a small bedroom and a family bathroom. We'd visited so many show homes, like I said. And the difference between this house and some other houses that we could afford was that the master bedroom for one of the houses that we left had an ensuite. Nevertheless, we still chose this house. So we settled for this because of various reasons. One being that it was near my workplace, and because I don't drive, I can walk myself to work and that saves on transport. We didn't have an ensuite in the master bedroom, however, the family bathroom was just enough. So what I loved about this family bathroom is the fact that it came with a bathtub separate to a standing shower. The family bathroom was also spacious and compared to where we currently were living, I felt like we had an excess to what we had. You'll remember me saying that the garden was not part of the developer's responsibility. And on this day, me and my husband came to measure the size of the garden so that we'd just know how much we would spend on it. What I really loved about this development was that anytime we wanted to check our house, these guys were always ready to open the doors for us. They always had time for us. So this was one of the things I feel like we enjoyed, and I could refer them to people who are looking for properties to buy. Just before we got our keys to our home, I went and spoke with the site manager and asked him if they could make our garden. Believe me or not, he accepted. However, because we were to get our keys sooner, he said they were gonna make this garden after we've moved into the house. That was okay. I was so happy, and as the pictures show, this is the day we received our keys. Oh my God. This is a day to remember. And then we started working in the house. So we started turning our house into a show home. We'd seen so many show homes that presented with different wallpapers, and the wallpaper just enhanced the beauty of the houses. So me and my husband decided to adopt the idea of the wallpapers, and you will see how much of a work it took us to just replicate what we saw. So when our mortgage was completed, we had quite a while before we moved into our new house, and this gave us time to just do everything that we thought was necessary to do before we officially moved into our house. So we had different types of wallpapers in different rooms just to enhance the beauty of these rooms individually. It took us days to finish installing our wallpapers, as me and my husband were still actively working during this time. Later on, I took a 1-week leave for moving out from my old house into my new house, and my husband wanted his leave days after we'd settled into our new house. Moving into our new house was quite easy because we didn't have to bring in a lot of stuff. In our previous home, we lived in an apartment and we found so many things in the house, therefore it made our work very easy just to settle in. However, in our new house, we needed to start from scratch, buying all the necessary items that we needed to start a house. We needed to purchase sofas, we needed beds, mattresses, all that we needed to purchase in this new house. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to my home. So I promised you in my previous videos that I was gonna give you a whole tour of my house after I'd finished decorating it. It's taken me long, but well, finally I'm doing it, so let's start. So when you come to my house, this is what you meet. This is the corridor space. I so love this corridor space because it's sizable, it's big. And then I decided to put, a shoe rack. Most of the things we bought in this house came in boxes and we had to assemble them in person. So this is one of the things we assembled, and man, I so love this shoe rack because it is just perfect for this space. So it makes this place look so neat. We're not throwing shoes everywhere. Let me show you how we do it. So I just came out and just gonna store away my slippers in there, and that's it. Voila! So come with me. I'm gonna show you around and you'll see how much of a heaven space we've got here. So this is the place I call home now. This is my house. So from this side, this is how my house looks like. I'm just going to show you the decors really, because you've seen my house. So I'm not going to do a lot of narration at this particular time. Just watch and enjoy how I have transformed my house into something that just wants me glued into the house, guys. I don't even feel like going to work anymore. Let me now walk you into my simple, cozy living room. The idea of the sofas was my husband's. I wanted a corner sofa, but my husband wanted this. Well, sometimes we have to come into a consensus and take everybody's ideas into place and just see how everything works out. The final results was mind-blowing. We wanted to keep everything simple in the sitting room, but also have that expensive taste come out of it. So we went with the 65-inch television. We added different type of decors just to enhance the beauty of this room. And this room is now one of our best rooms in this house. Alright guys, the other thing I want to show you before we get into my kitchen is this rug here. So this rug in my living room is not just a decoration like some of you might have thought. It is strategically placed in this position because, number one, this is a high traffic area and it is to protect the carpet. So like you know, my living room opens to the kitchen. So we put this here just to avoid the area from becoming dirty very fast. That's number one. The second part is because of wear and tear. This area was gonna be the first one to, wear out. So this here is just for the protection of this part of the carpet. Well guys, so as you've seen my sitting room, man, I so love this room. I love how the decorations turned out to be. I love how simple and cozy and expensive it looks. So this here is everything for me. Okay, I'm just gonna show you my kitchen now. So the kitchen is now complete from what you saw in the previous video, and I'm just gonna walk you into it officially, showing you how it turned out. I'm gonna show you the inbuilt equipment, and I'm just gonna tell you why I truly love this space. The kitchen is the heart to every house, and this kitchen is one of the reasons as to why I chose this house. The space in this kitchen is something to die for, and anybody who saw this, trust you me, was gonna settle for this type of a house. This kitchen is the selling point of this house. As you can see, I've got very huge doors. So these doors are called French doors, and they open up to my garden, which has started growing, as you can see. They also let in a lot of light to light my kitchen naturally. I've got skylights, which I'll show you probably at the end of the video, I'm not very sure. The first furniture we bought into our house were the dining sets, as you can see. And then there's something I love about this kitchen. It has a family space, and then the kitchen, and then the dining space. Then there's this part of the kitchen that they built like a kitchen island, which faces my family space and my kitchen. I loved the idea. It is very unique. That's my refrigerator and inbuilt now that I was showing you. Then I'll show you some more other equipment. This is my dishwasher, which apparently I was thinking, why did they even put it there? I was not gonna use this, and even now as we speak, I've never used this dishwasher. It's only my husband who uses it. I've got my oven. Again, this oven, I've never used it because I've just got so many things replicating the oven. I've got like an air fryer, I've got a microwave. I just don't have time to use the oven. Then I've got this inbuilt cooker, which is absolutely spectacular. Then there's that hob there. All this equipment are from Bosch, and they're great, guys. Then there's that wall light, which is good. My kitchen is the most lit room in this house. It is also the biggest of the rooms in the house. I have a washing machine in one of the cabinets that I forgot to show you guys. It's now time to take you upstairs, guys, to see my bedrooms. I think by now you've noted that I've got so many mirrors in my house. I don't really have a particular reason as to why I've got all those mirrors, but it's just an idea I borrowed from the show homes. My small bedroom is still not in use, but we are planning to put in a bed there. My son's room is the biggest of all the bedrooms, and we had to give him this room because of how we were going to position our wardrobes. Again, as you've seen, we went with different wallpapers for different rooms just to make them rooms as unique as possible. I love my son's bedroom. I love the art on the wall. Well, there's something very unique about the art in this house. They're all animals. It's all about animals. Most of the things were self-done in these bedrooms apart from the wardrobes. All these wallpapers were textured and they brought out what they needed to. My husband worked in changing the individual lightings in these rooms, and as you've noticed, we've got very beautiful lights. Buying everything we needed in this house was quite expensive, and that just shows that before you purchase a property, you need to have extra money just for expenditure. Moving and settling into a new place is a bold thing to do because it is very tiring. So before we settled into this place and called it a home, we were nursing our pockets financially and we were physically exhausted from all the work. Yo, I've practically shown you my space and there's only one part left, which I'm gonna show you now. So this is my family bathroom and voila, let's go in. The last time you saw my bathroom, it was very empty. But now this is a full bathroom with every useful item in it. I just needed to add in a bit of the decor to complete my family bathroom and just to give it that face that I wanted it to have. I know you who's gonna be watching this video will admire the final outcome because it's marvelous. So guys, I've shown you my house and I was forgetting my garden. Well, I couldn't shoot the garden today because of the weather, but I'm using an alternative video, which is a video I shot when it was still summertime. And as you can see how green my grass had grown by then, see how sunny the day was. And another thing I loved about this day was that my whole family was in this video, and I think this is the best video to just show you how my garden is. For our new built property, guys, I feel like we got a very big garden. This is sizable, and I'm so happy because my son has got a space to run around. He's got somewhere to play, and we've also got ourselves a space to enjoy during summertime.